are cars that make you think, and then there are cars that make you feel. The 2026 Ferrari 812 GTS arrives squarely in the latter camp. A visceral symphony of metal, leather, and unfiltered sound that reminds you why driving can still be one of life's great joys. This is a front-engined V12-powered convertible that doesn't apologize for its existence. It celebrates it. From the moment you catch sight of the taut silhouette with its long hood and dramatic haunches, the 812 GTS communicates purpose. It wants to go fast. It wants to be admired. And above all, it wants to be driven. Ferrari has carefully refined the formula rather than reinventing it. And the result is a car that feels both classic and thoroughly of the modern era. Slip behind the wheel, and the cockpit reveals Ferrari's dual personality. Luxurious, yet intensely driver-focused. Materials are exquisite. Hand-stitched leather wraps the dash and seats. Carbon fiber accents sit where weight and precision matter. And switchgear feels mechanical in the best way, direct and deliberate. Everything is positioned with the driver in mind. The steering wheel hosts primary controls. The instrument cluster is clear and immediate. And the seating position is low and intimate, planting you physically and mentally within the car's mechanical orchestra. Despite its performance intent, the 812 GTS is comfortable for long drives. The seats are supportive without being punishing, and the ride, while taut, absorbs ordinary road imperfections better than you might expect from a car with such focused suspension tuning. Start the engine and the soundtrack is the first promise fulfilled. The V12 sings, high, layered, and alive, a soundscape that builds with throttle inputs and refuses to be background noise. It's the sort of exhaust note that gathers attention not because of volume alone, but because of texture and character. Each gear change rearranges the tonal palette, and the engine's responsiveness makes acceleration feel instantaneous. Shifts from the dual-clutch gearbox are razor-sharp when you demand them, and smoothly unobtrusive when you cruise. The steering is where pure feedback lives. It communicates grip levels, road texture, and the car's intentions with a clarity that allows the driver to dance on the edge of traction with confidence. Handling in the 812 GTS strikes an intoxicating balance between dynamism and predictability. The chassis feels incredibly balanced. Front weight is present and dynamic when pushing the car, but the rear delivers traction with assurance. Body control is superb, and the electronic stability systems are calibrated to intervene only when necessary, preserving the connection between driver and machine. The suspension setup allows the car to clip apexes with composure and then launch out of corners as if pushed by a single unleashed impulse. The convertible nature introduces no compromise to chassis rigidity that's perceptible in everyday driving. Ferrari's engineers have done the work to marry open-air freedom with structural integrity. Performance is breathtaking in a way that isn't merely about headline numbers. The car accelerates with an urgency that's addictive. The sensation is a near-linear build of momentum that presses you into the seat while the soundtrack soars. Braking performance is equally impressive. Pedal feel is firm and communicative, and the carbon ceramic brakes deliver the kind of repeatable, fade-free stopping power you need when you push the limits. Whether you're sprinting down a coastal highway or carving a twisty mountain pass, the 812 GTS communicates capability in every input. Design has always been a language for Ferrari, and the 812 GTS speaks it fluently. The exterior combines sculptural artistry with aerodynamic necessity. Vents, ducts, and subtle spoilers are integrated into the bodywork, so they look inevitable rather than applied. The retractable roof mechanism is a marvel of engineering, folding cleanly into the rear section to preserve the car's proportions. Driver and passenger benefit from the immediacy of open-air motoring without the bulkiness that plagued older convertibles. The stance is athletic and noble. From many angles, it reads like a sculpture built to slice through the air. Ferrari's color palette emphasizes the car's shapes and reflections, making the 812 GTS a car that begs to be photographed. Inside, the car is both a place to concentrate and a place to enjoy. Advanced driver assistance and infotainment systems are present but never intrusive. Connectivity options keep you linked to navigation and music, while driving displays prioritize performance metrics when you request them. Ergonomics are excellent. You don't have to hunt for critical controls while driving hard, and the tactile quality of knobs and paddles makes every shift and setting feel considered. Practicality is limited, as you'd expect from a front-engine Grand Tourer, but there's enough room for essentials and a weekend bag if you plan carefully. The V12 GTS is not just about straight-line bursts. It's a Grand Tourer that can switch personas. In relaxed mode, it soothes with a refined ride, civilized clutch engagement, and a quieter exhaust note. Comfortable enough for long highway runs. Flip into sportier modes and the car tightens its responses, amplifies engine character, and sharpens steering input. The adaptability makes the V12 GTS suitable for a broader range of driving scenarios than many pure supercars that demand constant attention. Owning a Ferrari remains a statement, and the V12 GTS amplifies that. It's expensive, of course, but what you pay for is not merely performance. It's a holistic, emotionally charged experience that includes craftsmanship, exclusivity, and provenance. Maintenance and servicing expectations are in line with a high-performance exotic. For many buyers, the ownership narrative, seasonal drives, meets, and the constant attention the car attracts is part of the allure. There's an emotional honesty to the V12 GTS that's increasingly rare in an era of electrification and electronic assistance. It doesn't mask its mechanicality behind screens and modes. Instead, it presents its core elements, engine, chassis, and exhaust, with pride. That said, Ferrari has not ignored modernity. The car integrates advanced electronics where they enhance performance and safety without diluting the driving experience. The result is a vehicle that feels both raw and sophisticated, primitive and precise. For those who seek the purest expression of Ferrari's V12 heritage blended with open-air exhilaration, the V12 GTS delivers in spades. It's a car designed to be felt rather than just measured, to be experienced with all senses, sight, sound, touch, and the physical push of acceleration. If you're making a list of cars that can still terrify and comfort you in equal measure, this model belongs near the top. It's not the most practical choice, and it won't be the quietest neighbor. But it will give you stories, weekends on winding roads, sunlit passes, and the effortless grin that only a Ferrari of this caliber can produce. If you're watching this channel for car reviews and epic drives, the 2026 Ferrari V12 GTS is one you absolutely want to experience, whether in person or through footage. It represents a bridge between Ferrari's roaring past and its technologically sophisticated future, offering an intoxicating mix of tradition and innovation. For anyone who values the emotional connection to a car as much as performance statistics, the V12 GTS is a reminder that sometimes the best machines are the ones that refuse to be purely rational choices. If you like this review, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your favorite V12 moment, and let us know which road you'd take the V12 GTS down first.